For most of human history, gemstones have existed somewhere between science and myth, admired not just for their beauty, but for the strange stories they seem to carry inside them. Long before microscopes or geology textbooks, people sensed that these stones were different from ordinary rock. Some glowed, some changed color, some looked like they held fire, stars, or even blood beneath their surface. Even today, when we understand much more about how gemstones form, many of them still feel mysterious, as if they are quietly breaking the rules of nature. Take alexandrite, for example. At first glance, it looks like a calm green stone, almost understated. But move it under artificial light, and suddenly it turns red or purplish, as if it has transformed into an entirely different gem. This isn't a trick or an illusion. It's the result of an extremely rare way the crystal absorbs and reflects light. Alexandrite's atomic structure filters certain wavelengths while allowing others to pass through, so daylight and candlelight produce completely different colors. To the people who first discovered it in Russia, this change felt symbolic, almost magical, and it quickly became associated with duality, balance, and fate. Opals feel mysterious for a different reason. Instead of changing color, they seem to contain all colors at once. When you tilt an opal, flashes of red, green, blue, and gold ripple across its surface like moving light. Inside the stone are microscopic silica spheres arranged in a delicate, repeating pattern. Light enters the stone, bends around those spheres, and breaks apart into a spectrum. The result looks alive, as if the gem itself is breathing light. Because opals are also relatively soft and sensitive to water and temperature, they were once seen as unpredictable and even dangerous, earning a reputation as cursed stones in parts of Europe. Then there is tanzanite, a gemstone that feels mysterious simply because of where it exists. It comes from one small region near Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, and nowhere else on Earth. The geological conditions that created it were incredibly specific, involving rare minerals and intense heat from tectonic activity. Tanzanite's deep blue and violet tones can shift depending on the angle and lighting, adding to its allure. Scientists believe that once the existing deposits are mined, no new tanzanite will ever be found, making it a finite gemstone in a way very few others are. Moldavite carries a mystery that feels almost cosmic. Unlike most gemstones, it didn't form deep within the Earth over millions of years. Instead, it was created when a massive meteorite struck the planet around 15 million years ago. The impact was so intense that rock was instantly vaporized and flung into the air, cooling into a green, glass-like material as it fell back to Earth. Moldavite is technically not a crystal at all, but a natural glass. Yet many people claim intense emotional or physical sensations when holding it, describing feelings of heat, dizziness, or sudden insight. Science attributes these reactions to psychology and suggestion, but the stories persist, giving moldavite an almost extraterrestrial reputation. Bloodstone looks mysterious because of how literal its name feels. The stone is typically dark green, dotted with deep red spots that resemble drops of blood. In reality, those red markings are iron oxide, but ancient cultures saw something far more symbolic. Warriors carried bloodstone into battle, believing it could stop bleeding and protect them from injury. Some legends even claimed that the stone was formed from the blood of divine beings, solidified into the earth. Whether or not those beliefs were true, the visual impact of bloodstone still triggers a powerful emotional response. Black diamonds, also known as carbonado, challenge what most people think a diamond should be. Instead of being clear and sparkling, they are opaque, dark, and rough in texture. What makes them truly mysterious is their origin. They are found primarily in Brazil and Central Africa. Yet the geological explanation for how identical stones appeared in such distant locations remains uncertain. Some scientists believe black diamonds may have formed in space, possibly inside ancient stars or during massive cosmic explosions, before falling to Earth as meteorites. Their structure is unlike any other diamond, adding fuel to the debate. Lapis lazuli carries mystery through its deep connection to human history. Its intense blue color, flecked with gold-like pyrite, made it one of the most prized stones of the ancient world. Egyptian royalty used it for jewelry, amulets, and even burial masks, believing it held divine power. Later, artists in Renaissance Europe ground lapis into ultramarine pigment, which was more expensive than gold. Chemically, lapis lazuli is not even a single mineral but a rock composed of several minerals combined. Yet culturally, it became a symbol of the heavens, wisdom, and truth. Star sapphires seem to trap something celestial inside them. When light hits the stone, a glowing star appears on its surface, perfectly centered and moving as the stone is turned. This effect, called asterism, is caused by tiny needle-like inclusions of rutile within the sapphire that reflect light in a precise pattern. To ancient observers, the appearance of a star locked inside a gemstone felt like undeniable proof of magic. Even now, seeing that star glide across the stone can feel strangely unreal. What makes all of these gemstones so compelling isn't just how rare or beautiful they are, but how they sit at the intersection of explanation and wonder. Science can describe the processes that create them, but it doesn't entirely strip away their mystery. Knowing that opals bend light through silica spheres doesn't make their colors less mesmerizing. Understanding that moldavite came from a meteor doesn't make it feel any less alien. Gemstones remind us that the Earth is capable of producing things that feel intentional, almost designed, even though they are the result of chance, pressure, heat, and time. They challenge the idea that mystery disappears when something is explained. Instead, they show that understanding can actually deepen our sense of awe. A gemstone is not just a pretty object. It's a physical record of extreme events, ancient environments, and forces far beyond human control. Perhaps that's why gemstones have always been linked to power, protection, and meaning. When you hold one, you're not just holding a piece of jewelry. You're holding millions of years of geological history, compressed into something small enough to fit in your hand. And no matter how much we learn about them, there will always be a part of gemstones that feels unknowable, quietly glowing, changing color, or hiding stars inside, waiting to remind us that the world still has secrets.